Welcome back to the Goat Marketing Show. This week we're going to be picking up right where we left off in part two of the How to Measure the Effectiveness of an Ad Campaign series. This is the final part in which Ben and I are going to go through our process of how we cope our content, and we'll be building off of some of the concepts that Doug and I talked about last week as well. So let's jump into it. The next thing that we did using ChatGPT was now turning this article into more than just one piece of content. We use our principle of COPE that we try to employ with all of our clients, and that's create one, publish everywhere. So we've created our one piece of content, which was that video. Now we're going to try and turn it into as many things as we can here that are valuable pieces of content, not just a mass of content, but things that are shareable and digestible. So the first thing that we tried here was we tried to get it to give us some tweets. And as you can see, if you look through here, we didn't always get everything the first time. We did have to kind of pull back in. So I don't think we really liked the first three tweets that it gave us. So we had it pull out some themes first and then turn them into tweets to hopefully kind of have it reword and refocus. And then we eventually came up with a whole bunch of here's themes and tweets. We got three of those, and then we have some, I think those were, yeah, I think we also did the same for LinkedIn as well, just so that it kind of caters its voice to each individual platform. So we got a lot of stuff here, but like we said, we had to go in and change it and fix our prompts and see what was working and what wasn't working to get the best result out of there. But just from this one chain in ChatGPT, we have our article and we have a bunch of shareables for social media. Okay, continuing on with COPE. So how we ended up using these, not only did we collect the stuff for social media, but we also had it pull themes. And the way that we used the themes was I had it pull out three things that it considered to be the most important parts of the video of Doug talking. And that's when I went back into the video and I clipped those little sections of the themes so that we could use those as shareables on social media as well. So if you go to our social media page, you'll see here's a clip of Doug talking that I used the theme from ChatGPT to locate where that was in the video. And I shared a different one. Here's a different one that I shared on Twitter as well and on LinkedIn. And so using ChatGPT, it meant that I didn't have to go in and find different parts of the video. ChatGPT identified which parts I should be sharing, which were the most effective topics that were discussed in that main video. So right there, we've already, I think that's 5 pieces of content we've created already from this one video, and even more if we posted more to social media based on the tweets that were provided to us there. Any thoughts on that, Ben?
You were crushing it. 5
Cool.
is pretty insane from just that one section. The one part in ChatGPT that I thought was cool, and I don't know if you brushed over it, was at first it didn't understand what we were asking when we asked for, can you come up with 3 tweets for each of these themes?
Yeah, where's that?
You can kind of see that we've asked the same question 3 times. It's because sometimes ChatGPT just doesn't understand what you're asking, and you just have to keep trying. Like I mentioned at the beginning, if at first you don't succeed, just keep trying with ChatGPT, especially.
No,
Same
that's
of
a
the
good point.
OpenAI tools.
It's a good point because you can see here that it doesn't, I think the word that throws it off is when we say highlights. I don't think it understood what we meant by saying what are the highlights. And so we changed our wording and it ended up working out for us. So that's a good catch. Okay, the last piece that I think I wanted to touch on here and how we can turn this into even different forms of content than we've already come up with is there are AI tools where I think I say this in the video as well. You don't always want to look at Doug's face or our face while we're talking. You want to see something else. You want to see something more engaging. And so you can actually find tools. I used one called Lumen 5, and there's other tools that'll do this as well, where you can turn text into a visual or a video or something, just something a bit more shareable than just written content. So What I've done here is all I did was I copied and pasted the same transcript into Lumen 5. And again, in a matter of seconds, it converts it into a video. And you can change the design of it. You can change the style, the coloring. You can put music. They have royalty-free music. You can do a voiceover over it. You can record your own self-talking to add to the video. You can brand it. You can put your own themes, your own color schemes, your own images, anything like that. And you can, you can change it. If we wanted to make this into a reel that we share on Instagram, we can do that too. And this is super easy compared to going into like PowerPoint or something and putting together a slide deck. Like this will just do that all for you. So you can see it pulls out different themes that it considers to be important. And obviously, if, let's say we don't want to start with the quote, "It's funny, we get this question all the time." Like that's maybe not the best starting point, but we can go in and we can edit that and we can find the correct title. So I think this is what we're trying to do here, is just demonstrate that there's far more that you can do than just written content and posting to socials. Like there's tools now that are coming up with way more diverse ways of sharing content.
Did it pick "It's funny, we get this question all the time"?
Yeah, because I think that was what the first
like it.
is.
Like it's kind of clickbaity, but I'm reading it and I'm like, I want to know what the question is.
That's true.
Like it is hooky. So that's pretty impressive.
I hope that shows kind of how we have been using and we can continue to use AI to become more efficient in how we create content and become more diverse in how we share it and how many different things we can create, and using the principles of COPE to really provide valuable content, and a lot of it. So Ben, any final thoughts?
I've got nothing. This was like informative for me, because I'm usually part of the process where we sell this COPE strategy to our clients, but actually I don't get to be involved in the creation of the content very often. So seeing it from behind the scenes is it's cool to me. And this Lumen tool, when you first kind of brought it up to the team, was very exciting because it's more interactive content. It's not just taking transcript and turning it into written. It's actually something that's like animated and live, and
and when you do watch the video, like you can see here, it has animations. Like it's a moving object. It's not just running through slides. Like it does some cool stuff. But yeah, I mean it is interesting. I'm learning it all too for the first time. I think that's the fun of it, is finding new ways to do things and new tools, new ways to be creative. So it's been a fun process. But I guess we'll wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you gained something from this. We will link to all the tools that I used here in the caption here. So if you want to try out any of these tools, just look for the links below this video. And other than that, we will see you next time.
Take care, everyone.